Hey YouTube, I'm doing a quick video on some kitchen knives. I bought two new kitchen knives, but first wanted to show the current knife that I'm using for a basis of comparison. I've showcased this knife before in another video comparing natural wood handles with like paca wood. So this is the knife that I use quite regularly for my Chinese cooking. It's from the Chinese manufacturer Sibazhizuo. It's a sort of semi construction. So if I zoom in here, you can see. Let's see if we can zoom in here. The lighting is not very good. There we go. So you can see there's a little bit of a line formed at the edge. That line is actually where they sandwich the softer stainless steel with the harder edge. So it's called sanmai construction, or in this case, in Chinese characters, it's called Sanghe Gang. Basically, translated means three combined steel, basically. So they basically sandwich between two pieces of like softer and more like rust resistant or stainless type of steel with the harder carbon, higher carbon steel in at the edge. So it retains a better edge while you have good durability with the overall blade. I use this blade on a regular basis. I really like it. I mentioned previously, reason why I like it is it resembles my favorite type of my other, I guess, favorite type of chef knife, which is the santoku. So the tip tapers out to the front here. You have a thicker blade usually, and but this is a wider blade than a santoku, so it's more designed to be similar to a Chinese cleaver. So, but the problem with this one is well, I wouldn't even call it a problem, but this is with a natural wood handle. So through time of washing and everything, it's starting to deteriorate a little bit. So I've always been in the market to try to find a decent replacement for this one, preferably with like paca wood type of handle where it's a little bit more resilient. So one of the first purchases I made. Actually, I'm about to return this, but thought I'd showcase it as well. It says Japanese chef knife, which is kind of funny, because it says in katakana characters here. It actually says Japanese chef knife. So anyone who knows anything about Japanese culture, you wouldn't use the katakana style. This is usually used to translate like foreign words into Japanese, so it's basically phonetic. If it was really Japanese, it would actually have like kanji or even hiragana characters. So that already kind of is an indicator. But even worse is since I can read Chinese, it clearly states here it's the factory, the address, and everything is in China. So pretty funny. So it's a mock Chinese Japanese blade. Maybe they call it a Japanese blade or Japanese chef knife because the steel is made from a Japanese steel. I don't know because it is not labeled anywhere. So but this is the knife I originally purchased. There's some good qualities to it. I don't want to just jump right to the bad, but pretty cheap packaging as you saw. So it has some guards with the tips over here, relatively sharp, but no branding on the blade whatsoever. None on the pommel, none on the blade. That's, to me, honestly, is usually an indicator because they don't pride in their products to put their own brand on it, really. So that's already a good indicator that, yeah, I question its quality. Secondly, It supposedly calls itself Damascus type steel, but it is quite obvious if I zoom in here. Yeah, this is not Damascus. You can clearly see it's like probably like laser etched, patterns, even like made with a machine probably. Um, Hope you can kind of get a. I'm trying to get into a zoom where I can see this better. There, there. So you can see it is not Damascus steel, because Damascus steel, the patterns come from the folding process. So you fold, you know, and you can kind of see in the light a little bit. There's like grind patterns here, and there's no impact to the actual pattern, the Damascus pattern. So that kind of tells you, yeah, it's fake Damascus. It's not real Damascus steel. Quite sharp though. You know, thickness wise, it is not as thick as my current kitchen knife. So that's another thing I don't quite like about it, because I need it to be relatively thick for chopping purposes. And this is more, I think this is for more of a slicing type of knife, really, than a chopping type of knife. See if I can zoom out here and kind of see it. The good thing is it is actually notably bigger, whether the blade or the handle. So it functions more closely to a Chinese cleaver. But yeah, and then I actually noticed let's see if I can zoom in here. The quality here is not as good too, because you can see here, like, yeah, they fitted the wooden handle here, and it was, I guess, protruding or whatnot, so they had to sand it down, and it actually scratched up the metal part here. So it's kind of buffed out a little bit. There's a little bit of rust developing already, so definitely returning this blade. Wasn't too expensive though. I think it was about $30 roughly. I'll find the ad on Amazon to show, just so that buyer beware kind of situation. Yeah, I would not recommend this so-called Japanese chef knife. The other knife I bought, let's zoom out here, is this one, also Chinese made, and I'm fine with a Chinese made knife. Don't get me wrong, they especially, it is a Chinese chef knife, so I'm perfectly fine with it being a Chinese chef knife as long as it's, made with quality. So this one is called, the brand is called Torhu, and it's actually has the characters here, but it's actually Toho. But just general packaging wise, it's a lot better. Yeah, it clearly states it's made in China, but you can see here it's the nicer box. It's got felt here for padding, foam padding here, and here is the knife itself. Okay. Let's see if you can see it. It's VG10. So VG10 is a Japanese stainless steel. Overall quality, not bad actually. This one is a kind of Paka wood handle, which is what I was looking for to begin with. Thickness, still not as thick as my current knife though. It resembles more closely to the other one. It's more for slicing. It's got Damascus pattern. So let me see if I can zoom in here. But you can kind of see Yeah. I don't think this is real Damascus pattern either, but they've done a better job at it. But I'll give you that. It could be, judging by just the pattern, how it's flowing and everything. Because I do use shun knives, as I've mentioned in another video. And this pattern, how it reflects light and everything, is resembling more like a shun knife. So this could possibly be real Damascus. And well, Damascus was definitely much more expensive back then, before they used like machinery to do the like pounding process. So old like antiques Damascus was very pricey because you're folding it manually. That's also why certain like quality swords are much more pricey, is because if you're hand forging it and folding it, then it is definitely much more expensive just for labor. Okay, so this is VG10, and it says it's Damascus steel. Rockwell hardness of 60, roughly, so definitely good edge retention. Feels good in the hand. Let's see. Width is about the same. I think overall width. Actually, my current knife, I think the width is actually a little bit less than my current knife. Yeah, at the widest point, it is less. It looks like just a little bit though. Lighter, so definitely not as thick in terms of the overall blade. This one I might not return. It's just nice to have a extra kitchen knife, and for slicing purposes at least. I'd still keep my this knife for chopping. But this one's not bad. Well, I guess I will continue to shop for a suitable knife. I might just have to go, maybe even like request one for custom make if possible. Lengthwise, it's a little bit longer than my current knife, and the handle is definitely longer, so better grip, because I have relatively big hands. So you can see here, yeah, I have more grip control, but I tend to use pinch grip on my blade, so not that bad. All right. Thank you for tuning in to this video. Definitely like and subscribe. Leave us comments in terms of, what are your thoughts behind this? The kind of knives, and if you have any recommendations, I would love to hear from you in terms of what would be a good, preferably Paka wood or Wenge wood or whatever they call it, synthetic wood type handle, but this type of blade design. I would love to hear from you and see if you can get me a recommendation. All right. As always, thank you for tuning in, and hope you have a great day. Take care.